Have you ever chased something thinking it would finally satisfy you, only to realize later that the desire did not end and it's only growing? You see, you are not alone in this. This is the oldest pattern in human consciousness. And today, I want to share a story that reveals this truth with absolute clarity. This is the story of a sage named Saubhari. He was an enlightened monk who fell from the highest spiritual peak because of one uncontrolled moment of sense. This is a story that teaches us desire promises pleasure but delivers only more desire. Now, thousands of years ago lived a great sage named Saubhari. He is not an ordinary monk. He was a master of meditation, so powerful that he could sit underwater in the river Yamuna for hours, completely still. His senses were under perfect control, or so he believed. One day, while meditating underwater, something unexpected happened. He saw two fish mating. Just one moment, one sight, and the mind that was thought to be stable just broke. A spark of desire entered, a small crack in concentration. And you see, that crack grew into a storm instantly. Saubhari rose from the river with a new obsession. I want to experience this pleasure. He went straight to the king of Mandata, the ruler of Ayodhya, who was the father of 50 princes, and asked for one of them in marriage. The king was actually shocked. You see, an old monk asking for a princess? Afraid of refusing, he cleverly said, I will bring all my 50 daughters. Whichever chooses you will be your wife. The king was confident that no princess would choose an old, wiry sage. But that night, Saubhari used his yogic powers to become a handsome young man. The next morning, all the 50 princes chose him. The king was forced to agree, and Saubhari married all the 50 princes. Now came the next problem: 50 wives and one husband. Jealousy, conflict, comparison. But again, Saubhari used mystic powers. He created 50 bodies of himself, 50 palaces, and lived with each wife separately. Not for a day, not for a year, but for thousands of years. Children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, a whole city was born from his desire. Just imagine a sage who once lived underwater in silence, now drowning in noise, family, responsibilities, and an endless sensual desire. One day, all these illusions broke. Saubhari looked around his gigantic family and said, look at my downfall. Where I was and where I am now. You see, I controlled my body for thousands of years, and yet the senses defeated me in one moment. 50 wives, infinite pleasures, children, wealth, luxury, but fulfillment? Never. The senses do not end desire, they only multiply it. And then he said the most important teaching: whatever happiness you chase through material pleasure, it will never satisfy you. It only burns your time, your energy, your life. You and I may not meditate underwater. We may not marry 50 people, We may not even have the yogic powers, but the pattern is the same. A moment of distraction, a moment of temptation, a moment of weakness, and the mind pulls us into the cycle we never asked for. Hours spent scrolling, years lost in meaningless desires, lifetimes wasted chasing pleasure that never satisfies. Every uncontrolled sense costs you time, focus, energy, peace, purpose. Just like Saubhari, we drown not in water but in our own unchecked desires. The senses can never be satisfied. Not with money, not even with relationships, not with entertainment, and not with endless pleasure. Fulfillment does not come from feeding the senses. Fulfillment comes from mastering them. Because when the senses are controlled, the mind becomes clear. And when the mind is clear, life becomes meaningful. So remember the story of sage Saubhari, a man who had everything, power, pleasure, and luxury, and still said, I found no fulfillment, only more desire. Use his life as a mirror. Ask yourself, where are your senses pulling you? Where is your time being wasted? Where is your mind being dragged without your permission? Awareness is the first step. Mastery is the journey. And on that journey, you are not alone. Break your patterns. We are with you together in this journey.